Okay, this is part 3 of my series about the Grand Canyon National Park in Arizona. Part 1, I showed a little bit of the canyon, a nice view, and gave out a little few tidbits. And part 2, I went into camping and how to save $400 to $500 a week if you're into camping. So you definitely want to watch that if you want to save a lot of money and you're into camping. Watch part 2. This is part 3, and I'm going to go into like transportation in the park, Grand Canyon National Park. There's 8 different ways to get around the park. So this episode, I'm going to get into some specifics. From walking the rim trail. The rim trail goes right along the top edge of the canyon, and it's a beautiful walk. Nice level ground, easy walk for everyone. And you just have these beautiful views looking like a mile straight down into the canyon. That's called the rim trail. Then hiking. I was going to show you a hiking map. If you're an advanced hiker, you're in really good shape, I'm going to show you a few of the trails that go from the top of the rim down to the Colorado River, which is almost 5,000 feet drop in elevation to go down, and then you got to come back up 5,000 feet with all your camping gear. And you're not going to get down there and back up in a day. You're going to have to stay overnight, so you're going to have to camp. Bring in hiking gear, your tent, water purification, food, the whole 9 yards. And then you got to go back up. So, when I was younger, I used to do a lot of hiking in the mountains, and even going 1,000 or 2,000 feet elevation with 30 or 40 pounds of gear on your back can be, is not easy. But going 5,000 feet, at my age, I definitely wouldn't want to do it. But I'd love to go down there and see the Colorado River, but only if somebody can helicopter me up, up to the top again. But, okay, there's also bicycle trails. So if you're into biking, there's a lot of bicycle trails. You can also rent bikes, and wheelchairs and strollers can be rented in the Grand Canyon National Park if you don't bring your own bicycle. There's a unbelievable shuttle bus service, which is free, and it has bus stops throughout the park, the whole park. So you can go almost anywhere in the park through the shuttle bus service. That's really nice that they have that. Also, they have a train depot, and a train that goes from the park itself all the way down to Williams, Arizona, which is about 60 miles south on parallels Route 64 going down. And then in Williams, or you could stay in Williams, and then just take the train up to the Grand Canyon National Park, and it'll stop in the middle of the park, and you can get out there. You could do that route too. I don't have any particulars about it. You'd have to go online and check out Grand Canyon Railway. Okay. Obviously you can drive your own vehicle through most of the park. There's one section in the western part of the park you have to take the shuttle bus. You can't go in with private vehicles. But 80% of the park you can drive around your own vehicle, or there's guided tours in private vehicles. They almost look like Hummers, and they got seats and they're open. Almost like safari jeeps kind of thing. They got those kind of rentals, guided tours with the chauffeur. And last but not least, they have mules that they rent, mule rides down into the canyon, and for the adventurous types. So anyway, let me show you a couple of maps I have. Let me get into the hiking trails first. For the advanced hikers, you've got the Bright Angel Trail. There it is. Now it's focusing. Bright Angel Trailhead, And that goes from the top of the rim, goes 7.8 miles down to the river. Down to the river rest house. And there's an emergency phone and a restroom down there. Up here, there's a ranger station, medical, emergency phone, garbage, and apparently camping at that section of the trail. And then if you go off to the left, that's the Plateau Point Trail, I guess would be overlooking the Colorado River down here. And then you can take the river trail over. There's 2 bridges that go over the Colorado River. And then you can take that up. It's like 14-mile hike all the way up to the trailhead, North Kaibab trailhead. That's 14 miles. And they say round trip, that's a 4-day hike. So you better be an advanced hiker. It does go along a creek. Apparently there's a creek. This place looks interesting. Called Ribbon Falls. I don't know if it's focusing here. Okay, Ribbon Falls. That looks like a cool place. Anyway, the other trailhead is called the South Kaibab Trail. And it's on Yaqui Point Road. Goes back in. But no private vehicles are allowed. You have to take a shuttle bus in there. Or you can hike in there. There's a hiking trail right here. And a parking area. I put it in here. You could park your vehicle here, walk across the street, and get to the trailhead, the South Kaibab trailhead. It's 6.8 miles to go down to the river. It starts at 7,200 feet, drops in elevation down to 2,500 feet. You'd just be taking that down. Here's an emergency phone. Let's see, emergency phone halfway down, and a restroom. Then there's a bridge to go over. There's a camping over here, Bright Angel, Ranger Station, etc. Okay, and if you want to get more advanced maps and more information, you want to go to the Backcountry Information Center, it's called. You're not going to go to the main visitor centers. There's a couple of visitor centers. You got to go specifically to the one called Backcountry Information Center on Village Loop Drive. I don't know if you can get these maps online or not. I haven't really tried. Okay, so that's about hiking. And actually, the other cool thing they have on here, they show these different trails. And they show you, like say the Bright Angel Trail. And they give you the elevation change from the top down to the Colorado River, the distance each way, how long it might take to hike the trail. Okay, so for example, the Bright Angel Trailhead, if you wanted to go down, all the way down to the river, which is the River Rest House, okay, right here. You just come up here, Bright Angel Trail, look down on the list, River Rest House. The drop in elevation is 4,340 feet, 7.8 miles, and round trip they're saying 12 plus hours. So you definitely don't want to do that in one day. Okay, so that's a good thing to have one of these trail guides, and I'm sure, like I say, they have more information. Now, you're walking trails. It's called the Rim Trail, and it basically is all along the canyon rim, all the way around. It's a few miles, and it's nice level macadam, easy walking for the elderly and everybody else. Here's your train depot that goes down to Williams and then comes back up again. Anywhere you see those little bus symbols, that's a bus stop. That's the free shuttle service where the bus will stop, drop you off, or pick you up. They're all over the park. Okay, from this section of the park over, you need a shuttle bus to go out to Hermit's Rest. That's shuttle, that you can't drive out there in a private vehicle. Everywhere else in the whole park, you can drive a private vehicle. And if you look over here, Desert View, it's 22 miles. It's all you can drive your vehicle. 22 miles from this point all the way out to the east entrance. And that's closed now with COVID. That you can't get into the east entrance, which is called Desert View. The biking trails, this is along the edge. From here down you can ride bikes, but you can't go from here up on a bicycle anywhere or for the rest of the village. But anywhere you see a bicycle and dotted lines is allowed, bicycles, okay? You can go up to Mather Campground if you're camped in there on a bicycle, take it down, come around, and get out here the Greenway Trail, and then follow, then that's where you can look down into the canyon, like a mile down. It's really a beautiful, beautiful place. And here's your market plaza. You got a grocery store with pretty good prices. They got fresh meats and vegetables. You got a post office and a bank there. Got a lodge. And you have the Mather Campground, which is no hookups. It's primitive camping. I think it's like $20 a day. And the ranger said you should reserve 6 months in advance. So they're really booked up. And with COVID, they're only at half capacity. They're not filling it up. Out here you have the Trailer Village, which is like an RV park basically. Full hookups, but you're dealing with $65 a day and reservations again. I'm gonna, in my part 2, I'm gonna show you how to save all that money. If you don't want to be in tight and like a sardine in a sardine can, you want to be camping out in the true forest, I'll show you how to save $450 to $500 a week. Just look at my part 2. Okay, I think that's about all I was going to discuss in this video. Hope you liked it, found some useful information. You can find a lot more information online. The Grand Canyon National Park website or Williams website probably has a lot of information about the train, or just type in Grand Canyon Railway. You'll find out more about their rates and when they leave and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, take care everyone. This is Eagle Eric signing off.